Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Alliance War. It is War 8 of Season 48. For Loki is taking on Spartan Law. I'm bringing in the team of Titania, Black Widow, Clairvoyant, and Toad. Didn't show it there, but I am starting off on Path 5 in Section 1 with this lovely ebb and flow and knock down Ebony Maw. Really playing here, just knock them down whenever I can. If we get parries, we're going to heavy. We're going to use our haymaker to get openings there. No real need to start off with knocking him down on that parry. Want to get a little bit of damage in. I'm going to counter his special ones with heavies just to kind of keep things flowing. You can see I'm running recoils. It's mainly for fights later on. It's going to do more damage than it really helps me in this fight. But playing here, just with almost all Titania fights, get the special 3, win the fight. There we go, another knockdown, remove the protection. Get him to throw a heavy. Now I'm just kind of waiting out my haymaker. So I'm going to throw in a striker. We get a heavy off. I was hoping that the haymaker would trigger there. It's kind of why I did not go right into a special 3. Don't know what I waited for there, but we waited for the invuln to disappear, and so I can get it right back on. We throw the special 3. He doesn't quite die, so we're going to rush in. Although he doesn't have any debuffs on, kind of get a little fortunate there. But worst case, he threw a special 3 into my invulnerability. All right, moving on. Nick Fury. Once again, ebb and flow knockdown. And on this node, you can't counter his heavy because he goes unstoppable. So the plan here with Toad is to, hopefully when he gets to his second life, I can have a couple of the passive poisons on him. At least that was my hope. That way I don't have to worry about baiting heavies out in the second life. Things like that. That was kind of the plan going into it. You can see here I'm building up some of my poisons. I like running recoils with Toad because the poisons do apply a lot faster when you have a bleed on you. But, you can see here I'm not getting the best luck with it. I'm only getting it on that second medium. Even there, I only got a couple in with my tongue attack. But fortunately, we do have one passive, and you can see here he's starting to tick down in that first life pretty well. Now, going to get a heavy in, push him over 2 bars of power. Now, here's the unfortunate part. He's at 18% with no poison. Should have thrown my special 1 there to hopefully get some more poison and more passives on there. Now you can see I've got him on there. What I wanted to do here was have him back up and just stand still for a second without having to dex too much so that I could push him over 2 bars of power. And you can see he's doing nothing but coming in and wanting to throw heavies and then throw a special one. Still not wanting to dex. I could have dexed out of it, countered it, but didn't. So, it was unfortunate. There we do get hit by the special one. Doesn't do too much damage to us. Now, fortunately, we finally, into his block, you can see there we finally got some poisons to apply. He's got 2 passives, 3 regular, down to 1 and 3. And you can see he's starting to tick down, even with the protection on. So my plan here has changed. I'm just going to wait for him to die from the poisons. So, not the cleanest way to deal with the second life, but it worked. All right, we're going to jump ahead now to Section 2, and we're over on Path 8. We start off with Titania versus Mangog. Kind of like with Ebony Maw, plan here, get to special 3, win the fight. We're just going to do 4-hit combos so we don't throw the charges on Mangog too high. If he throws special 1's great. If he doesn't and wants to throw a special 2, I'll block it. Whatever he wants to do, I'm just going to kind of play the fight the way that I need to. And here you can see, just kind of doing that. He does throw a special 1 for him. And then we're just going to keep going. 4-hit combos all the way up to special 3. Now we're there. Now I'm trying to decide, do I want to wait out the haymaker? Do we want to get specials? What do we want to do? I get to my haymaker, and it's kind of like with the Ebony Maw fight. It's like, I'm kind of stuck in between. Do I want to push him? Do I not want to push him? What the heck? We're going to push him. We throw the special 3. Drops him to 32%. Now, after this first heavy, I'm like, ooh, that didn't do a lot of damage. I'm in trouble. Second heavy, we should get him. And then the third heavy, yep, we got him. All right, now for the fight that I was dreading all along. This Sersi. You know, the plan here was to get a dex right off the bat and then just parry or hit into her block. You know, it's got rich get richer, so I'm going to be gaining power if I have more buffs than her. The only way that I get buffs with Claire is to dex. The only thing I cannot let happen is I cannot let Sersi throw a heavy attack before I get her to 2 bars of power, and I... Oops. Okay, now you notice she's got 2 buffs. Now you notice she's gaining power. At this point, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I get this back? How do I regain control? And then I forgot the dex. You know, and you can see the problem here is when she's got the glancing buff up and I try to throw a special 2, the buff immunity debuff won't stick. So I've got to get her with no glancing up and me over 2 bars of power. Okay, so I can't hit into her. And now you can see there, she's got a buff, I've got a buff, no one's gaining power. Got to wait out that true damage, true whatever buff that she gets. Okay, now I've got 1 more buff than her. I'm gaining power from the Nova. Now I can just sit back and I can dex, I can, you know, stun, I can do what I need to till I get the 2 bars of power. The second I stun her, throw the special 2, and now have the buff immunity debuff on there, we can finally start doing damage in the fight. So you can see there a couple small hits, another special 2. That special 2 damage is going to push me to a special 3. I'm going to take out her special, I'm going to throw the special, and we're going to get out of the fight. Really rough start to that fight. I was really, really pleased with myself in this fight that I was able to kind of maintain composure. Typically in war fights, I get stressed, I get tense, and I would have rushed that fight. I was very happy that I kind of slowed it down, just threw that special 3 to regain some composure, waited out her buffs, waited until I could, you know, gain mine and get up over 2 bars of power and kind of do the plan the way it was supposed to be done. So overall, very pleased with how that went. Not done quite yet though. I've got 2 more fights left after that one. Did take a second or 2 there just to kind of get a deep breath and say, okay, let's get ready for this Nova. We're going to go in here. Kind of the plan is, you know, he's got to make a stand, 1 eye open. Really just kind of wanting to play this like a Nova fight and not really do too crazy. You know, here I forgot about 1 eye open. And you can see there I did a fair chunk of damage to myself. And I'm like, that wasn't very smart. So now I'm going to play a little bit more cautious. You know, you can see he's got his protection up. When I threw that special 2, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. I am just kind of going through and, you know, at this point, trying to make sure that I don't die. You know, that was kind of the plan going into this, was not to die. I'm able to drain his power. My special 2s are hitting fairly well. I remove the protection again. I'm going to block that heavy, or that special 1. And now I'm just hoping he throws a heavy attack at some point. And he throws a heavy attack. And now I'm going to throw my special 2. He's got protection yet again. I'm running recoils. There's another 5% gone. Okay, this time he throws a heavy quicker, and I'm able to finish the fight off. Holy heals. Okay, so we've got to heal her up 1 more. We've got 1 more fight left to go. And you can see here, we're going to start tossing on those heals. 4 big ones. And gets us up to full. And now we're going to move ahead up to Boss Island and this Adam Warlock. This is a fight I've taken before. Pretty comfortable with it. Going to throw on another Power Start 1. And the plan here is just to kind of parry, you know, build up some prowess, do a heavy attack, you know, kind of knock them down, get some spacing, you know, when needed, and then switch over to poison mode and just kind of throw special 2s. So you can see here, get a parry, we get another one. You know, he's got that buff on him that when it expires, it will trigger kind of a falter, which is now a heavy. Put the falter on him. Kind of messed me up, to be honest, there a little bit. I could have countered a lot easier. But now we throw a special. through it before I switched over to poison mode on that one just because I was afraid it was going to push me to a special 3. Now we switch over to poison. Now we're able to control his power. And you can see here, you know, get him up to a special 1. Now we're going to throw another special 2. Hitting decent with the 5 prowess buffs on there. Get that special 2 off. Go back to another one. Going to Dex here. We're going to throw another special 2. He's going to get his pod in the middle of that special 2, which is fine. You know, now I'll block the first part of that with Dex out of the second part. We're going to throw another special 2. And we get out of that fight and all 6 fights in this war with full attack bonus. This war felt good. This was one of my better wars in a while. Felt really good, pretty confident after this one. And we did pull out the win in this one, which is nice. We had lost 3 in a row, I believe, coming into this one. So it was very, very nice. Change of pace to win. I improved to 38-1 on the season. Loki improves to 4-4. And that's going to wrap us up for this video. I did most of my fights on my free-to-play account on a live stream. I did have one additional fight that I'm going to include at the end of this. Took it with Claire. Thought it was kind of neat. Feel free to watch it if you want. If not, please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe. Share these fights out with your ally mates and all that if they've got some of these fights upcoming. Hopefully this helps somebody out. And until the next one, all, take care. Ooh.